All right, my fellow friends, voiceover students. Hey, what's up? My name is Rick Party. I am your voiceover coach inside VoiceOver AI Academy. One word, AI Academy merged into one. It's so beautiful. It's beautiful. Listen, we're going to have a great time in VoiceOver AI Academy. And the reason I decided to merge the two is because, listen, when when AI was introduced to us a couple years ago, I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wait. You're telling me that I can talk to a machine and I can create script and I could create speeches. I could analyze this. I could do that. I mean, but then for a second, I became very afraid because I saw that there were also tools that could clone our voices and our images. And then I heard somebody say, listen, AI won't take your job. It's someone who knows how to use AI that will take your job. And I've always been the guy who's watched the credits. I've always been the person who's watched someone diligently work. And I always said to myself, well, if I can't be better than the next person, what I can do is outwork the next person. What I've learned is that people don't like to do the work. That's why a lot of people don't succeed. They don't like to do the work. And what I've learned is when you do the work repeatedly, you become successful. So I learned how to use AI. I learned how to do generative AI. That's almost doing anything when it comes to text, having these tools analyze, having these tools create characters, bringing them to life. You named it. And I've seen how people have used AI with some of these characters that they build. And I got to be honest with you. There's nothing like the real thing, baby. There's nothing like the real thing. You can tell when something's cloned, right? There's nothing like a real person doing voiceover. So voiceover there won't die if we keep it alive, right? So in this course, you're going to learn how to do voiceover, and you're going to learn how to use the AI tools to level up what you do. By the way, my name is Rick Party. I'm your voiceover coach, broadcast professional. I've been in this business for 40 years of my life, and it's been a beautiful ride. And broadcasting started in the 80s. I've worked in radio stations in Chicago, Atlanta, New York City, Miami, Dallas. I've had a nationally syndicated show hold all over the world. I've done it all with this voice. I've been the voice of ABC, BET networks, ESPN. I've been heard on so many networks and so many commercials, and it's only right that I do what I'm doing. Right? I've started with the Rick Party method, which is what this is, but here's the expansion. I mean, the extension of it. It's VoiceOver AI Academy. But why did I call it the Rick Party method? Well, you see, before I had this successful radio career, I had a very bad stutter. I dealt with ADD, I dealt with dyslexia, the lack of comprehending. But what I understood as a young kid who had all of these issues by listening to the radio every day to different radio personalities, and especially Earl Boston, I write down everything he'd say word for word. And I have this notebook and I read it back to myself, and it would come out so effortlessly, right? I go 102.7 BMX. This is Earl Boston. I'd become Earl Boston, but I would do it so smooth. I remember my cousin Beanie would say, "Ooh, do that voice again, Zurich." Right, that's my real name, and she loved that so much. And she was my hype me up girl. Hype me up. She hyped me up, and she made me believe in myself. But I understood that repetition was my key, and I kind of learned that in acting too. The Meisner method is when you just kind of repeat something over and over again. But that's helped someone like me with dyslexia and ADD and the stutter and everything that I had. It helped me read things smoothly. So with that, what I've understood the most is in voiceover is that, hey, you may not be the best, Rick. You're pretty damn good at what you do, but what makes you really successful is that you will outwork someone, and you don't know how to lose. You don't know how to give up. You're always on it when it comes to the new thing, and you kick ass at it, right? To be quite honest with you. So here I am with VoiceOver AI Academy, just moving with the wave. And what I want to share with you is how to use these same tools, how to perfect your voice and all of that. Listen, when you look at some of the great athletes out there, that comes from practice. That comes from doing things repetitively, over and over again, the same way I did with my speech, the same way that Steph Curry makes that three shot, sometimes without looking at 3 point shot. This is what voiceover is. It's about rinsing and repeating. And it's about working out first. And same with voiceover, whether you're doing commercial, narration, promo, trailer, animation, audiobooks, you name it, all of it. It comes with practice every day. So the first line of business that I want to get into is reading the tongue twisters. And we're going to do that in our next module. We're going to have a whole lot of fun. So I'll see you over there.